Hello World Changer, and welcome to a brand new month, the month of July in our year of growth. And as part of our development for this month, I want to share with you the message I've titled Leadership Growth, which is along the lines of our theme for this year. Let's begin with this keynote: leaders grow and become better. If you're a leader and you're serious about becoming successful or excelling in your leadership capacity, then it is important for you to know that every leader grows and becomes better. No leader is a perfect leader, and there is nothing as perfect leadership. It doesn't even exist anywhere. Every leader learns and grows and becomes better, because as a matter of fact, you may be excelling in one area of leadership, but you may also be sucking or lacking in another area of leadership. That is why growth and improvement is important for every leader. Leadership comes in different phases, and while you succeed in one area, there are other areas that may also suffer. There are leaders who excel in public leadership, but they fall short in private leadership. On the outside, everyone hails them. They take on and execute great projects, but when they get home, it is a disaster, or when they get elsewhere, it is a disaster. In one area, they are excelling so much, they do well, and they find it very natural to lead others. But there are some of them who find it very difficult to lead themselves. There are those who do well in the area of communication, the area of project management, but when it comes to other areas like accounting and finances and conflict management, they fall short. And you may be in that position. You may be excelling in one area, but in another area, you may not be doing so well. King Solomon was one such leader who had an incredible public leadership and excelled in that area, but he failed in his private or personal leadership. Talk of all the great leaders that we have. Talk of Moses, Abraham, David, Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, all the great leaders that we have, and so on and so forth. They all did well in some areas of leadership. Kwame Nkrumah is one of the examples, but in other areas too, they didn't do so well. We acknowledge their public leadership efforts, but they did not excel in every area of their leadership life. But one thing is certain: they always wanted to grow and they always wanted to become better. And that must be our attitude this year. Our attitude this year as leaders must be that in as much as we excel in one area, we also have to do well to improve and become better in the other areas of leadership. We must want to grow and desire to become better leaders. We must endeavor to reach our highest potential as leaders. And we must always be asking the question: how can I improve? How can I grow? How can I become a better leader? And how can I move to the next level of my leadership? And in helping us to answer that question, I'll present to you 3 ways to grow as a leader this year. Number 1, conduct a self-assessment of yourself, a true self-assessment, and determine where you fall short. There are so many areas and phases of leadership. Ask yourself, which areas do I do well? And in which areas do I fall short? Once you are able to conduct that self-assessment of yourself, and you are able to determine the areas in which you do well and you excel and people hail you for, and then you look at the other areas too that people are not so enthused about, and you yourself, you realize that in that area you are not doing so well, then the change will begin from that area. The second thing is that you have to leverage on your weakness. Seek leadership roles in that area of weakness. Don't say that because you are not good at that area, you are not going to do anything about it. No, that shouldn't be the attitude. In order to become successful as a leader, in as much as you are able to do well in other areas, you should be able to do well in some other areas as well. So if you are doing well in communication, you should be able to do well in project management and execution. If you are doing well in conflict management, you should be able to do well in finances as well, and every other area of leadership. You may not be perfect in every area, but as much as possible, you have to learn to up your game in your weakness aspect. It may not be able to get to the level of your strength, but it should be a little bit better than it is currently. And then finally, make sure to get a mentor. Whatever you are doing, there are people out there who are doing it better. Learn from them, observe them, learn how they are doing it, so that you can also do it better. Every leader grows and becomes better. And this year, that must be your attitude. God bless you.